What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Dima, Mary J. Music. So, guys, one of the things I've noticed, especially in the last, I would say 3 to 4 years, and the reason why I'm saying that is because although manosphere content or some of the other subsectors of the manosphere, MGTOW, the dating coach thing, the last 5 years or the last 2 to 3 years, what we've seen is men and women come together and debate the issues more or less. When I first came onto the game, that's something that never really happened a lot. You didn't see a lot of women and men discussing the issues of the day regarding relationships, but it is quite common now. And it is quite common to see the opposing view instead of talking about the opposing view. And people like Kevin Samuels expose that throughout his content thoroughly. We saw it almost every night, women coming on the show, and we got to see how certain women felt about certain issues. And it was I think it was very interesting to men to see how out of touch that many women were with the needs and desires and wants from men. And Fresh and Fit podcast, that's also very clear. It's very clear that women have no idea, at least the ones that come onto this show, what men want, what men are trying to get accomplished, what they need in relationships. And it's interesting, what you'll find is so many women will argue against what men want, and you're telling them what men want coming from a man's point of view, and they still don't want to hear it. Now, let me kind of talk about this because Charleston White, who is not really known to be somebody in the red pill, he talks about a myriad of issues, none of them really about relationships, but he dropped some interesting information that I liked a lot. I would like to play that clip, and he was explaining male and female dynamics. So I want to check that out, and I will come back.
A man has no emotions tied to his penis. So when he lays with a woman and you say, well, you've been sleeping with her for years, he don't even like her. But when a woman lay with a man, it's something about him she has to like. That's right. What hurt a man even more. A man is saying, man, I'm sleeping with this woman. I don't even know her. I sleep with somebody I don't know. I don't even like. None invested. But for you to lay down with this guy, you have to have something invested in him. That's what hurts more.
The fact that you say that is even
true.
Worse, because it then means that I have absolutely nothing.
Well, you have to understand a man. When a man,
if you could just stick it in a gas tank,
and then you devalue your woman as a woman.
This is what a woman have to understand. What a man does with his penis has nothing to do with his emotions and his value.
Thank you.
Which sucks. Which most men don't really even show emotion.
Then y'all should never have anything to do with a man, is what I'm telling you. Because a woman, everything that a woman does. So if you ask a woman, what do you think about this? She's going to answer with her feelings. She's going to say, well, I feel like. If you ask a man, well, how do you feel? He's going to say what he thinks because he's not emotionally in tune with his feelings.
Yeah.
By nature, we're hunters, right? So we have to be analytical. A hunter can't be in tune with his feelings because he wouldn't hunt out of fear. When it's dark outside, when the world had no lights, then he wouldn't provide food for his family because he would be afraid. So there's something in us that supersedes our feelings because we're analytics. A woman is more emotional because she has to nurture. She has to give life. She has to breathe life. And so when a man knows when my woman sleep with this man, she's way more invested into this man than I am when I sleep with a woman. A man will sleep with something he hates. A woman won't. So it's much more impactful when a woman lay down with a man because that's her heart. Her heart is between her legs. A man's not. So women think that our feelings are tied to our penis, and a man has no emotions when it comes to sex.
Don DeMarco.
None whatsoever.
Is his presence what gives the woman the heart? I'm trying to understand, where does the heart come from?
Where is the heart located?
In a man, because there's no emotion. So where is the heart?
Listen.
We're talking about
the way to a man's heart is through his belly.
Yeah, that is a good saying. Yeah,
you're saying a woman didn't feed you enough, and you go and stick your penis in whatever was moving.
Obviously,
it's like you didn't feed me enough.
Listen. Talk to your grandmothers.
Yeah.
Talk to your grandmothers and your great grandmothers, and I promise you, they will tell you a way to a man's heart is through his belly. A man that has a woman that'll feed him supersedes a woman that'll fuck him.
Shout to Mo.
Oh my gosh.
That's powerful, man.
The average today's women think that they can win us with their pussy.
No, I mean like for a man
they
to
can,
show
though.
the love, not how the woman gets the man.
Watching a woman give birth to your child will change how you treat her. A woman forgiveness, a woman forgiving you when she catch you lying will cause you to stop lying to her. A woman who expresses her hurt without anger will cause you to stop hurting her.
I guess it depends on the man.
Nah,
it surely does.
Yeah,
because some men have no heart at all.
I want to comment on that.
All men have heart. When they meet the right woman, they'll stop doing whatever they was doing before they met that woman to keep this woman.
Facts.
So guys, I mean, you heard that exchange, and the exchange is very, in my opinion, while not be true for every single guy, I feel like that is usually true. Okay, they don't want to understand his point of view, and I like the fact that he was in his masculine, he wasn't getting all upset or anything like that. But it's typically true. A man doesn't have any emotion typically tied to his penis. Okay, and there are certain things, the inner workings of what make men want or makes a man love you, that women don't want to do in order to respond. Like he said, if a man makes a mistake and a woman responds in a way, using her femininity to mitigate the situation, to make it right, it can convince a man. It can convict a man. The issue is a lot of women in today's world don't want to see the benefit of serving or being with the man through the eyes of a feminine woman. And that's the issue that Charleston White is coming across talking to these ladies. They know that he's right, but they don't want to communicate to men under the lens of femininity. And you'll see it's not just a black woman issue, as some guys may say. You're seeing many different women there that are, I won't call them combative because it's not like, a real bad situation, but obviously they feel like they know more. And what you see is women want you to understand them. But what I fear most is that women have no real interest or no, as they would consider, incentive in understanding men. And until women take the time to understand the male psychology, how men are operated, how men think, you're never going to have women getting married for the most part, because the best woman to get married to a man in today's world is a woman that's going to be understanding of how a man works. That's why he told him, go ask your grandma, go ask your great grandma. They will tell you how a man works. What is the way through a man's heart, through his stomach? They're thinking that it's their sexuality that makes a man, want them. If that's the case, every OnlyFans model would be married to the guy of her choice, and it simply doesn't add up that way, right? We've seen, just recently I did a video about Jalen Hurts' new girlfriend. He's been with her a long time, not new, but her name is Bri Burrows. Bri Burrows is in no way, shape, or form looking like an OnlyFans or IG model. She just doesn't look like that. But she has a lot of other assets that are valuable. Number one, she works for IBM. She's very intelligent, but if you look at how she's dressed, very modestly like a wife, acts and looks like a wife, very feminine looking and acting, understands how to treat a man. That's why she won him. But you have so many ladies that are combative, and it really turns a man off. When you don't want to understand a man, it really turns him off for trying to really build something with you in the long term. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.